welcome to service6sigma.com. You are in early. We go live with our guest on the hour. So what we do is we actually go live in theory 10 minutes early, and we're going to make this as entertaining as possible while Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, etc. publish to that we're live. That way we can get a decent audience. Everybody knows, they get a notification, right? So hang around. We'll try and make it as entertaining as possible, and then if you are in replay, just buzz your way forward somewhere between 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes forward, and you'll see the change, and that's where you can jump in. You don't have to watch this each time, okay? All right, we'll see you at the o'clock, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Oh, hello there. Ben here with Epic Exterior Services, president and founder of Service 6 Sigma. We appreciate you joining our live stream today at 7 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We will be live in about 5 minutes. Please stand by as you watch our commercials.
Service 6 Sigma! Okay. Am I live? Yep.
Yes.
Okay,
I just realized my mic is muted.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is a quick introduction. We have a special guest, another Perry, so it's going to be the show of the two Perrys with Ben and Noah.
And but very briefly before the hour, because we start on the hour, I'm going to give you a little overview about Service Six Sigma. Service Six Sigma is about the service industry. Any mobile contractor, please share this across the board, because it's not just about the services that we know, and that's why Perry's here today, because he is from Atlas Movers. And what we do is we take the service industry and we take the Six Sigma concept. Well, Six Sigma is the idea of perfecting a business by the removal of known errors, step by step by step. So the airlines industry and the nuclear industry are Six Sigma. They are the most perfect they can be with knowing that they still have humans. So that's why planes don't crash so much. Yeah, except, well, Boeing does have a little bit of a problem right now. Sorry about that.
A little bit of a problem.
Yeah. So the way we do it, we've broken the business into 6 sectors, so we can apply Six Sigma to them. The first one is attract a customer. That starts with A, right? Then we attract a customer, we convert the customer. AC, attract, convert. ACD, we deliver the service, tools, techniques, on-site processes. Everything to that is delivery of the service, route management. Right, that's A, C, D, and then C is for control, admin, systems and processes, documentation, training manuals, SOPs, all that sort of thing. So you have A, C, D, C. You should be able to remember that. Attract, convert, deliver, control. Once you've got that down, you can scale, right? And that's our 5th. And the 6th one is once you've scaled, you're as rich can be. And you've got the money to give
guess
back.
What our sector is today?
Today's sector is... Oh, the alarm's going off, Ben. I'm
no.
going to be quiet.
All right, today's sector is attract. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to today's show. Today is a great topic. Let's see here. How do I do this? Whoopsies.
How do you do this? Oh, it's not.
All right, there we go. All right, today is purpose of work uniforms. So this is going to be a great show. So we have myself, owner of Epic Exterior Services, Noah, alternative window cleaning.
Yes.
Okay, and then we got young Perry. We got old and young Perry with Atlas Movers. So let's get started.
Who's starting?
Who's starting?
Okay. Why do we not work with our shirts off?
Without our shirts? So like shirtless?
Yeah. Well, that's a good place to start, right? So then we say, okay, now we put a shirt on, right? So you just cover yourself. Then you think, okay, well, now I put shirt on, like, hang on, what am I missing?
Right. I would start the conversation off of purely just advertising, right? You need to get your logo out there as much as possible so it can be recognized, and you need to get your name out there especially. I know personally I have my phone number, other side. I have my phone number on the back of my shirt just for any people that are walking by that need some moving in the neighborhood. So just trying to get your name, like I said, out there and make those connections as much as you can. And look professional.
So your business, Perry, little Perry.
Oh man! Call him young Perry.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
That's funny.
Young Perry.
Actually, does anybody? Fun fact about old Perry: he is actually pretty tall, which I did not know. So when when we all meet him in person, we're all going to be doing this.
I could pick little Ben up and just hold him in my arms. I'll do it for a photo, okay? I'm 6'6".
No, you're not. Are you really?
Yes, I am. You can't see it when I'm sitting down.
Stand up.
Big man. I'm a big man.
That's crazy. I thought I was tall. I'm 6'1". I thought I was tall.
Right.
He looks like the height of my dad, which is 5'10", 5'11"-ish, but you know he doesn't look like he's 6'6".
All right, Perry.
Crazy.
Young Perry, you got to disclose your height now.
Right, I'm 5'8". I'm 5'8". I might be the shortest one.
So you're short Perry.
Here's little Perry.
You're short Perry. I'm tall Perry. You're short Perry.
share that link in photo, Perry.
Yeah, do it, Jason. Do it.
Yeah, send us your photo on Facebook.
Yeah. All right. So, and Perry, your business is
Atlas Movers LLC. We're a labor-only moving service company.
and based out of where?
The DMV. So we're based out of Loudoun County, Virginia, and we spread around plus or minus 60 miles.
And you only do local. You don't do interstate, right? You don't do long haul.
No, as of right now, we do not.
Right. Okay. Great. Good.
Yes, sir.
All right. And Perry and Ben get on really well, isn't it? You've got some past sort of knowledge of each other, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
or did you just follow him? I know you told me you follow him. You just like everything is Perry.
I think young Perry followed me.
Right. So I actually found Ben through this program called School, SKOOL, and saw that he had his platform over there for service industry business owners, and I thought it was a great idea to join and try to start networking with some smart young men like myself. So that's kind of how we started, and then took it off of that program and started talking on Facebook a little bit.
Right.
And this is actually the first time today actually seeing him like on camera. So
right, face to face.
Oh,
face to face.
Okay. That's great.
Yep.
Okay, so let's get into these uniform things and say, okay, so we'll start with the basics. Like, what are the
Sure.
key elements that need to be on a uniform and why?
Like I said at the beginning, I think that the main thing that needs to be the biggest is that logo. We want people to really be able to see who's working, right? Even if you can't see the letters or anything. And the logos are really easy to kind of visually see who's doing the job.
Okay, and then the phone number. I remember you said the phone number as well, so people can. You're basically a billboard, right?
Right.
You know,
Yes.
the billboard function.
Yeah,
That's what I feel like
Ben.
walking around the store is a billboard walking around. And then I'm driving around and then it's another billboard. So wherever I go is a billboard.
I think you're a Ben board.
Ben board. While we're on that topic, Perry, do you want to show us something cool?
Oh, Ben board, billboard. Yep.
Yeah, put my logo on there too.
I haven't done that. I could have done Epic Ben, couldn't I? Hang on a sec. I got to pull up the right program. All right. So I've got an app on my phone, and I bought Ollie a new school bag. Right. So it's a new school bag, but it's got a programmable pixel
it's
panel.
Not moving.
So no. But I'm moving. I can program it to move.
Oh, I
right?
see.
But
Okay.
I'm going. We built these screens because I wanted them. We don't have a car here. We just have a Royal Enfield 650, right? So if I ever have to ride them around, I said, why don't we put this on the back and it'll just go like this, because motorbikes.
Oh, there you go. Move over.
Like, go around that way. Don't run up the back, right? Because we'll die.
Yep.
So the Six Sigma.
The Six Sigma.
Come on, the logo. So
love it.
He's in bed with a cough and broken leg, and he's a mess. He's just.
But the other thing is, he could be walking advertisement for us for Service Six Sigma. He can tell his friends to come watch Service Six Sigma.
Exactly.
So I said to him, "Can you program?" So I gave him my phone. That's the little app with the 25 by 25 pixel panel, and then so when I'm going, I'm going up there, and that's my screen.
Normal TV screen is like very small pixels. So this is like
this is
big pixels,
25 by 25. So there's a limit what you can do with this level of panel. Yeah. But as I was saying to the boys, these panels can also be put on, like clothing, into the back panel of a clothing or something like that if we wanted to. It's not just this. You can get a higher pixel rate than that, but it's just the idea to get the creative mind working, isn't it? Like, what can we do, to get people to notice us? It's really about attraction, isn't it? Like, how do I get somebody to see me first?
Yeah, I think that's a great mock-up. Looking forward to the final product.
Yes.
Stay tuned in, folks.
if we get excited about something, we can progress and make it, think about it as merch. As the community builds, we can start looking after people with stuff that's radical, and wild and new, not just the stuff that's already on the shelf.
Yep. So back to uniforms.
Your uniform, Ben, gets a lot of comments and inquiries, right?
Yes.
Noah,
yes.
you got to put your logo on the bottom of that 1 gallon drinking bottle. On the bottom, so that when you go like this, it's alternative window cleaning right there.
I need more stickers. I got one on the side right there. That's
there you go. It. Yeah, big one, a big one, the whole size of the base. So you just stay hydrated.
That's right.
Yeah. So Ben, kind of talking along the lines of the uniforms. What kind of made you decide to go with? I mean, the material, but also the design of the shirts.
That's a really great question, young Perry or little Perry. No, so I've always like, this is one of my jackets here. It's just an embroidery logo. I started off with just embroidery type of uniforms, polos. Then I was thinking, well, how can I attract more customers with a uniform? So we went with this one company, just kind of talking around like, hey, what can you do with this? I'm in the window cleaning industry. So I actually have these shirts that are full dye sub shirts. I was once called Fresh Glass Window Cleaning, and we had the same material. So when we were back in Fresh Glass Window Cleaning, we had the same type of shirts. It's just a different design, which I should show you guys later on. But to answer your question is, I told them, hey, I do pressure washing, I do window cleaning. How can we involve that into a shirt where it talks window cleaning, So they added some bubbles, they added the water splash. The company I get these through is called Finprint, which I'm trying to finagle a deal with them or work out a deal with them with our Surface Six Sigma. But they make these full dye sub shirts. So they actually have people in a room printing these on rolls of fabric, and then they cut them out and sew them into shirts. So we wanted our logo, our services. Like, I went through a huge process of asking people on Facebook, like uploading designs, like, hey, what would you add to this? What would you take away? So there was a lot of back end thinking process. Like, I didn't go like that and get some shirts. Like, it was about 3 months design process. I first had the logo, then I did the shirts, and then I did the van at the end. The way I would do it, if I was going to do it over again, I would have the guy that designed my wrap design our shirts. So the guy that designed our wrap, lastly, he did a phenomenal job tying everything together. But I wanted somehow them to match really well. So he added the bubbles, the same font and format of the website, the phone number, logo, but he tied it in really well. And then he took the house from the logo and put it on the bottom right of the passenger and driver side. But it does attract a lot of people. Like, when we're doing storefronts, we're out there working away and people see us. And
I really like how, by the way, I just want to make a comment from a text point of view. The fact that you have capitalized the first letter in each word for such a long URL.
It's easier to read.
I'm noticing, and I'm just watching on my Mac, but I can go, that makes it, you're not looking for, it's not like reading Chinese where you got to try and work out where the words.
And that's the same way when we were building the shirts, is like how, like, we were doing tests. Like, if I'm 10 feet away, can I see it? If I'm 20 feet away, can I see it? If I'm 5 cars back, can I still see the design?
Well done. Well done.
So, but
we call this the thumbnail print, Ben, just so as far as to make that as easy. What you can also do on your screen, everybody works on the screen and they've got a 16-inch screen or a 25-inch screen, and they do everything on the 25-inch screen. The best way to know if anything works graphically is to reduce it down to 1-inch square and say, what do I get? Can I see it, or can I not? Or 2 inches square? Yeah.
And to answer Jason's question here, they are bleach resistant. So a lot of pressure washing folks actually deal with bleach, which these are bleach resistant. So you can actually get bleach on them and they don't bleach, which is pretty fantastic.
Who'd you go through
I'm
again? Ben,
through
who'd you go through again?
Finprint, FINPRINT. But I'm not saying this is the best way to do it. It's worked for us. We've seen tremendous great results. And
how many did you buy, Ben?
So I bought
Of the uniform
100
shirts?
items. I brought 100 items. So that included these quarter zips, some sweatshirts, some waterproof jackets. So if you go to their website, they have a whole little icons of each item, what you can get. And they have shorts, they have pants, they have bucket hats, which I have right here on the right-hand picture.
Right.
So they designed the hats to look just like the shirts as well, which those hats are kind of nice in the summertime.
I really like those hats. Those bucket hats are pretty sweet.
They're pretty cool.
Just to add to that, it says no minimums. Pricing is based on an order of 10 items, but there's no minimum order with the exception of headgear. That's a huge thing as well. But they're not going to make you buy 50 shirts. You know, that's huge.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is pretty huge.
Yeah. They show you pricing demographic on everything.
Yeah. Yeah. On each item.
But interesting, man. I might have to look that up.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I did look that up. I might have to look into that more.
No, but honestly, what I was about to say is that it's paid for itself off. The van paid off within a month of just people finding us specifically through the van. So, and that was like a
Perry, you said your short Perry, you said your your labor only, but do you have your own vans or do you actually charter vans for when you're working?
No, yeah, that's a great point. A big misconception when talking about Atlas is actually a labor only moving service company, and it's quite different than what you typically think a full service move would be. For these professional movers, you know, they have their own trucks and they go out and they do typically one job a day. But for labor only, not only do you get multiple jobs in a day, because typically some of the jobs are a little bit smaller, but on top of that, we don't have our own truck, and it allows us to decrease the overhead immensely, right?
Wow.
And because of that, we're able to charge the client less. And on top of that, because we have less overhead, we're able to pay our men more. So
you don't have the insurance on the truck.
Wow.
Right. And on top of that, going with the insurance kind of segment, U-Haul has 3 different types of insurance. So when we order our trucks through U-Haul, we know everything is insured correctly, and it really stress-free.
Do you provide the service of hiring the truck from U-Haul to the customer, or do you ask the customer to hire the truck?
Right. So we have two separate pricing segments, right? The first one is our budget labor only, where we'll show up in our car and the client will rent their own U-Haul. And then on the flip side, we have a full service move, which is where we'll go to the U-Haul for you, we'll rent the U-Haul, and we'll return it for you, on top of doing the load and the unload, assembly, disassembly, stuff like that.
Do you know in that photo on the right there, you've got somebody's wearing, I can't remember what it's called, the elastic, back support.
Right. That was the first thing that I got when starting my moving company. When I was getting started working for some other companies, that was the first thing that I noticed that they didn't have was equipment.
Wow.
Right. Not having dollies, not having shoulder straps. That's another form of dolly, and belts. Right. I think that's the most important part to moving, protecting your own guys, right? So that was the first thing I did. You could make a patch for that, like back to work or something like that. But that's real estate right there for advertising. That's not being used. Yeah. Exactly.
So
exactly.
When you buy those, it wouldn't have to be embroidered. I was thinking embroidery when I first saw it, but you could actually just get somebody, like go to Finprint or somewhere like that. Even if you order something that's whatever, and then just cut it up. Even if you ordered a shirt with it printed on it twice and cut them out and then got a seamstress to stitch them on, you could definitely use that. real estate
No,
right there.
that's a very valid point. I was actually thinking about doing something along the same lines, but the one part that the belt covers in every single shirt is the number at the bottom. So we were
Yes.
going to put
There
the
you
phone
go.
number on those belts at one point.
Yeah,
Smart.
back.
That's smart.
I mean, I like back to work as a bit of a play because people have a chuckle, you know, or whatever it is, you know.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then get the phone number on there, and also Ben, is your material stretchy? Is it like
It
a
is.
lycra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
so
a sport
as
making
that.
shirt. So sweats
It-
and
That's what I'd do, dude. I'd buy a shirt, print it on it twice, cut it up, and stitch it on. Because then
Right,
you've got the
definitely.
stretchy material and dye.
Definitely looking for the
Yeah.
Under Armour type of material for that next
Yes.
round of shirts. That's a
Yeah.
huge.
and that's what
huge
these
help.
are.
Yep.
Yeah.
She got one right here.
What you got there?
This is my polo.
hmm
So we got the customer satisfaction on all of our stuff.
Great.
And we
Yeah.
got the American flag.
Yay.
Yeah, I was going to mention that
Yes.
earlier about the truck. On the passenger side door, you have two pretty big certificates, or
Yeah.
I like to call them credibility stamps, right? If you have your credibility right on the truck, then they already know that you're the real deal, right? So that's huge.
Do you put magnets, Short Perry? Do you put magnets on your U-Hauls while you're using them?
No, that's a great idea, though.
That's a really good idea.
I might need to look into that.
What you
That's a
do,
really good
what you
idea.
do is you put talcum powder on. You sprinkle talcum powder on first, and then put the magnet on, and you won't get the movement scratching. The risk of the movement scratching the Duco.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to look at Vistaprint, see what they got.
Yeah, because you could put great big ones on there. You know, especially if you normally hire, set size, you say, okay, we're going out with this size, roll it up like a yoga mat, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Harrison's Tate's on the board. Here he is.
Harrison is virtually on.
What's
going
magnets.
on, Harrison?
Yeah.
You should join.
Yeah, hey, come on in, Harrison. I need.
Just say hi.
Yeah, you got to say hi to Perry.
Yeah, say
This
hi
is
to
my
Perry.
son. Harrison's my son. He runs our factory, but he also runs all our marketing. So he's we have crazy ideas, and then we try and make them happen. Yeah. What about caps? What message do you put on caps?
Is that a general question or what?
Yep. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep it moving. Yeah.
I'm speaking too much. How about Noah speaks? He's got some hats.
Yeah, Noah.
I know he has some hats.
I'm actually in the process right now of getting some more hats made through branded bills, and it's all like that. Do you guys know? Are you familiar with what I'm talking about? It's like it's a nice hat.
Very
they're
nice.
expensive, but it's a nice hat, and so I'm in the process of getting those made. And I think the minimum order is like 25 for PVC, and it's about like $700 for 25 hats.
They also have leather,
which is they do. Leather comes in at like minimum order of 12, and it's $324 to make them. But we have some high end or like more high end clients and stuff, and like I want to make sure I say thanks at some point.
Yeah,
and I don't want to give them like like if we're wearing them and stuff, I'm fine with like whatever I have. I don't even know where it's at. But I have a little one that I made. I made 20 of them, and they were however much back in the day. They're all embroidered, but they're all sun beaten. They're all starting to
and then
become brown and stuff. Which I like that look, but it's not a professional look. You know what I mean? Like this hat's completely just destroyed and faded out.
Sometimes I wash my hats. Like I have a special thing that I can actually put it into this holder and put them in the dishwasher. Which that's
you do
something else that we can talk about. Yeah,
dishwasher,
not your washing machine.
Interesting.
Dishwasher. Is that a Richardson? Is that what happens?
That's kind of funny. You bring the washing machine up. I was trying to figure out a way how to get hats, but I didn't think that I could actually throw it in with the brim and wash it. And I knew multiple people were going to be using it. So during the winter, we still surprisingly do moves, right? But it's snowing outside, it's really cold. So what we did, we got beanies and we got hoodies. So you can see we have our logo on the back side right there. And on the front side, we have Atlas movers.
Right.
So when we go out and do these jobs that are 32 degrees and under, right? We're always using these. And these trap in all the heat. You have to take them off from time to time.
I got the
I'm gonna go-
Carhartt. Oh, go ahead, Perry. Big Perry.
No, you go ahead.
Old Perry.
No.
You go ahead, bro.
He has a big surprise.
Come on, brother.
Okay.
He's hiding behind.
No, he's got a
Look at
surprise.
this.
Whoa!
Surprise! This is Ollie's motorbike helmet, right?
I should
But
show you.
I tell you what, the brand, and I'm just going to put this as an idea, right? Because this is what I would do, and when we do our window cleaning business here, I'm going to do this. But the brand is there. The brand is embedded. Like what inspired me to bring this up is because if you are going to ask your customers to wear your hat that's a really cool fit and design, you want to get the brand as subtle. Like there it is again there.
Yes. Yeah.
Like get the brand
very
subtle. You know, so they don't want to be they don't want to be a billboard for anybody.
Yes,
you know,
we want to be a billboard.
My
No, the
goodness,
customers
you
don't.
cannot imagine how many people comment when we pull up the traffic lights and comment, "I've got a solid black helmet and Ollie's got this," and
That's a sick
it
helmet.
is an eye magnet. This helmet.
Well, my thing is that I was at one of the higher end neighborhoods in Johnson County Saturday working with my brother doing houses. And I mean, like, Ben, I don't know if you know this, but you'll hand out a couple cards to the neighbors and stop by and just be like, hey, we're in the neighborhood, whatever else. And I met, everybody said yes. Everybody wanted to get on schedule, which is pretty rare, right? You don't encounter any no's. And there's this golf course right behind it. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, Kansas City, what do we have? We have the Chiefs, golf, and nothing else. And so what can I get? How can I get people to represent my company on the golf course? Because that's networking while I'm not even there, right? And so if I can get a sleek design, like the melon hats, those like $80 hats, I personally wouldn't wear it. But if I can get something like Perry, like you said, where it's super minimalistic, it's kind of hidden on the hat. I mean, all it takes is one guy who's like, hey, where'd you get that hat at? And then he talks about the company. And if I had to get a relationship with the guy who's talking about my company, he's going to sell for me. You know what I mean? Yes, KC Royals. We had one good run. Yeah. We had one good run and then everybody left. I do have the Royals. We have KC Sporting too. In the Speedway.
Jason lives up in Iowa. He's just up the road.
Oh, does he really? I go up there all the time. I go fish if he knows Driftless and Decra. Dubec,
he was up in
I'll go
Ankeny.
fly fish there all the time. Ankeny. Okay.
Yeah, but he's just bought. No, I don't know where he is now, but he's just bought a property and he's building a shed and all that sort of stuff. So,
is he building a house? What's he building?
No. He's got a house and then a huge shed. Yeah, but we're gonna wait until he sign writes it. You know, that's another one. If you see a wall, right? He's still in Ankeny. That's good. What I'll tell you, I'll give you a little bit of, because this is frequency and image representation. But at one point we were running a sale, right, for products, and we wanted to draw traffic off the road. We wanted to find somebody who was an impulsive decision maker. So we would put signs up, right, everywhere, you know, sale, you know, $1 million sale, 100, you know, 20, 50% off, everything kind of sale, you know, that kind of advertising for this product. And then, but I would actually go to homeowners on corners of main roads and say, can I put a sign in your yard and we'll give you $50, you know? And I know that we have yard signs, but these were like 6 feet by
banners.
4 feet, you know, like big, and only for the weekend, you know, just for the weekend, because we were just trying to get people driving by. And we always thought if somebody is impulsive enough to pull into our sale, they'll be impulsive enough to buy from us. So, you know, that was kind of the thing. But if I had a service industry and you see a wall that's not being used or doesn't have a function, but it's on traffic, and you have a graffiti guy who can do commercial wall art, you know, that's not a bad idea to say, can I rent your wall off you, right? And put my brand, but again, as art rather than as logo, you know, like embedded not subliminal that you can't read it, but, you know, still have your phone number and all that stuff, but just make it artistic.
That's a great point. I never even thought about doing
going
graffiti
with
or something like that.
the artistic kind of sides of things, with the helmet you had brought up, at what point is it too much on the apparel, right?
Good point.
At what point can you not see
Great
the
call.
company itself?
Great question.
Yeah.
I think the uniform is different from the merch. Just by that's the distinction that I'd say in my comments. I would never, one of the things that I noticed with Ben's, it's the contrast is so good. The phone number is right there. You can read it off his photos. Like somebody was going to come live with us, and I said, get in touch with Ben, and he goes, okay, whatever, and I just sent him that photo. I sent him that one of those photos that Ben had sent me of his truck, and I said, read the phone number off the truck, like that. So to me, you go, that's really, it shows you, that the contrast is really important to be able to read what's there. So you want it I don't know, Ben probably knows more.
And then he said, oh, I've seen him on the internet on like an ad or something.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So it's consistency, isn't it? I think the things are frequency, like clarity, so it's easy to read. Yeah. And then consistency, so that, like Ben said, he's got the green on the van, but it's not on his shirt. He wishes it was on his shirt. So he could stand beside his van and he becomes, the other part of his van, the green on your right-hand side.
I'm not looking to, what is it called? What is it called? Oh God, I'm trying to think what it's called. Camouflage, gosh.
Oh,
into
camouflage,
the van.
yeah. Yeah, the old Harry Potter invisible cape.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I have a question.
So, yeah.
So let's say, this is a question for all of you guys. Let's say someone's starting up a business, and let's say they have their tools, they have insurance, and they have a car. Nobody's working for them, it's just them. They have $1,000 to spend. No, let's make it realistic. Let's say they have $200. That's a good number to spend on work uniforms. Where do you spend that money at first?
Are you talking specifically uniforms?
Let's just say advertising. Let's say like van wraps. Let's say yard signs. Let's say uniforms. Let's say hats. Anything like that. Where are you going to spend the money at first?
If we're talking straight, just $200 for advertising as a whole. If you're a first-time business owner and you're really just trying to get those jobs, I wouldn't spend that money on shirts. I think it's a great idea to get shirts once you're more developed and once you know that you can have some revenue coming in. But right in the beginning, if you don't know you can get that revenue, or that profit, then it's not worth it. So I think you would profit more if you were to spend that same $200 on the correct Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and getting yourself on social media. Because in reality, yes, you will be getting eyes on your brand if it is on a t-shirt, but those eyes have probably already ordered your service, or they're neighbors of the person that you're ordering the service from, and they can easily be given a business card anyway.
The uniform is just extra. It's a little cherry on top. When
Right.
you're at the job, you're looking professional. It's not. It's in a way advertisement, but it's, I totally agree with Perry that spend your money on ads, yard signs. Yeah. And
That's curious.
doing
It's a CP.
Google ads.
It's a great question, because you're really looking at the attraction.
Yeah. What's going to bring in the most revenue?
The attract to sale, and your cost per click, right? If you were a t-shirt, if you were a shirt with your logo and your phone number on it, your number of clicks is how many people in the supermarket saw you, how many people in the gas station saw you. Nobody saw you when you're driving your car. You know what I mean? Whereas these other social media, you can actually be in local community groups, with photos of you, or your image, where you can create image. And you could also even superimpose an image on you with your logo so that it looks like you've got a shirt.
Yeah, I started off with 10 yard signs, and I just, every week I would move them around. When I was younger, I just move them around the town every week, and
it looks like you're everywhere. That's really, it looks like you're everywhere. That's the key.
Yeah. I just saw this 30 minutes across town last Friday. Why is this here? This guy's everywhere.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the guy's everywhere. when I was in VIP Home Services, there was a trailer-based lawn care franchise, and when a guy started up, if he had any time spare, like we just said, just drive around your territory. They were quite small territories, 10,000 homes. Was a standard territory, so they could just drive around. And it looks like he's super busy because he's going from this job to that job. Actually, he's just driving around all day. So
hey, I do that sometimes.
Parking outside the supermarket, park outside, park on the main road. Just have a little cold drink. Right at the main intersection of town. And look for good places to park. I think that initial startup. Okay, so let's go to the other extreme and say you're an old business and you want to, you're one truck business and you want to go to 2 trucks.
Established,
right? So you now. But you haven't done a wrap, and you haven't done a whole lot of shirt designs, or you're not in with the funky stuff. So now, what budget and where would you spend it?
How much of a budget is it? Still 200?
No,
more. I would
much
say.
more because you've got money. You've got money now.
You got establishment. 2 or 3 grand.
Or 2 or 3 grand.
Yeah, I think 2 or 3 grand. Well, you got to get a wrap, don't you? Step one, if you've got money and you're established and you're a brand, you've got to get something funky on that billboard.
It doesn't have to be a full wrap. Like it could just be some vinyl decals on the side of your van or truck.
That's what ours is.
Not many people read the roof.
We have logos on the front doors and on the back, barcode, phone numbers, dirty windows mark, which is a classic that we've been running for 32 years. Such a certified classic. Right. And then we're sectioned out. We don't have a full wrap. Full wrap would be nice, but
one day.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, we'll see. I would say Facebook ads. I would sink some money. I would sink some of that budget into Facebook ads for sure. We didn't run Facebook ads up until like a month ago. I just never messed around with it. I was so focused on elsewhere. And then once they started to convert after those first 4 days, I was like, dude, I'm an idiot. I'm just such a fool for neglecting this, this source of income and this source of advertisement and stuff like that. But
yeah, I would piggyback off of that a little bit. I know we talked a little bit about Ben's posters and putting those signs up. If we were still trying to grow those client bases, right? For me, I have a lot of spots where I go to one location, like a storage unit, and I might do multiple jobs, right? And that's really beneficial because you get to save on gas. So with me, if I had $2,000 to spend on purely posters and stuff like that, I would go to those storage units and see how much it costed to put those posters on their lawn, right? And it's not just the poster, I think it's the location of the poster as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't want to change
something. Let me ask you this.
Ben, who just asked that question? Who was that just asked that question?
Sean Parsons.
So we got quoted similar, and we did 2 vans for about $1,000. And Perry, I'm not trying to interrupt you. I want to circle right back, but I just want to say this really quick. Yeah. And the lady who did, so we ordered the wraps through one person. They were going to put the same wraps on, right? Or not wraps, but decals. And they did a bad job, and so they reprinted them, and then we literally just took it home and did it ourselves. And so I think for 2 vans, it cost us like around $1,000. But continue on, Perry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, yeah, I think you hit it on the head. I was just saying that I think it's a lot more advantageous to get those posters out, those signs out, where it really matters. And if you have, in the pressure washing business and in the window washing business, there might be certain neighborhoods that you can service better or easier or more efficiently. So those are the spots you want to be putting those.
Have you guys ever looked into flags?
I have
like
not.
Feather flags.
Where's my flag? See my New Zealand flag flying in the background? Yeah.
Are you talking about flags like that, or the big pole banners that bend a little bit at the top?
No, I really think flags. I know the pole banners, but I'll tell you why. A flag is easy to mount, and on a windy day, a flag flaps like that, Now, you could have the other ones for the days that it's not windy, I don't know. But a flapping flag, everybody sees. And the principle, I'll just give you the science behind it. You have rods and cones, or cones and rods. I don't know which one. One part of your eye looks straight ahead, and picks up all your details. So you can ride a motorbike at 200 kilometers an hour, like 150
So when it's
miles an
flopping
hour, right?
around,
And
you're going to get eye traction.
no, yeah. But the ones on the side, right, on the back of the retina, the ones on, because you've got a concave receiving panel, right, like a satellite disc, right? And so the ones in the center are for detail, right? That's where you're looking. On the side are the cones, and they are your self-defense mechanism, right? So, you know, if you walk up behind anybody, like it's like that, or something moves quickly, it's like that. So one of the art, if you see the barber's pole, is one of the early innovations centered around this, is that things that move and move irregularly, like I dance like these guys, you know, the air guy, you know, who waves a hand, right? That's how I dance. But it's awkward. But I enjoy myself, so that's all that matters. But that airman is another version of this where it's an irregular movement. And so you have to look, right? You've got no choice. You're an animal. You have to protect yourself. A horse on a windy day is really jumpy because its ears are disconnected by the wind going across its ears. So it's got to use its eyes, right? So as an animal, anything moving is must be spotted. Is it a threat or is it not a threat? And I think flags, you know, if you just had flags, if it's a windy day, you can have the other ones, but they don't really flap and they're static, and, you know, I don't like them. You know, you want stuff that moves and flashes. Oh, Ben, show them my idea for the van.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's talk flags, and then you can pull that up.
We used to have
talking about
flashing
the
lights
flags
on our trailers.
Yeah, I think you guys should put some of those sporting flags, like you're going to like a sporting event for the NFL or whatever, on your car, and
you can buy the little things that clip in.
Yeah.
You imagine if every time you hired a U-Haul, on both sides you have an Atlas Movers flag. Right. You know, every time you're moving, Atlas Movers is moving town, right? We're moving the town, you know?
Yeah, that's something you can clip on, clip off. That's pretty smart.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
I remember.
What do you
But
think?
this is frequency. This is what we're looking for. Frequency, attention, attract. You know, this is what we're talking about. How do people notice us? Once they notice us, they can look us up. They can remember us, or they'll remember us by a number of frequencies, and then one day they see the phone number and give us a call. You know, but for a movalist, you've got to wait until they decide they're going to move. You know, they don't go, "That's really cool. I think I'll move."
That's freaking awesome.
You know? Oh, who's got that? Adam Froman. We'll bring
Really?
We'll bring Adam. Yeah, Adam Froman's got a bubble truck. Yeah, I'll see if I can get
bubble
get
truck.
onto him. I'll see if I can get hold of him.
I need some bubbles.
He's got a bubble truck. Some people give him so much crap for it. Are we allowed to say crap? No?
I mean, they're talking about him, though. You know what I mean?
Talking him down. Talk him down.
No,
they really try and belittle him.
I said they're giving him crap, but they're talking about him.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But the flag thing is like in Denver. I think it's Denver. When I wanted to be a firefighter, I'd watch YouTube videos about this one department, and each truck had its own little flag. And so you look forward to each truck driving by, because it was something Broadway Pirates was the name of it was the slogan of their department. And but you would look forward to seeing the flag every single time, and you'd see it flapping in the wind, or you'd hear it whiz by. I mean, that'd be a hard sell to convert some kind of thing like that into like a window cleaning or like moving industry. But it's super interesting that you brought that up about the whole flag thing. I've never thought about that.
Yep. I think flags would be amazing, and flags are so cheap. And you want a flag like if you look at the. Let me take this one. If you look at this one, Ollie noticed yesterday that this flag is so cheap that it's tearing. Can you see that? It's tearing. And that's what you want. So cheap, so thin, so light that movement just tears at the bits. And then it looks like you've been doing it forever, right? Like it's, you know, flags have got to have torn edges. That means they've been up forever.
Yeah, you got to start laminating them. Make sure they don't flap anymore.
No, I think anything moving, is really, really, or flashing or whatever. Hang on, let me just see if I can hear this.
Yeah, no, what you were saying earlier about the citizens, trying to find the specific fire truck, even though it may have not gave advertisement to the truck, it still made a habit between those people that might have, if it was a moving truck, might have bought that service, right?
Yeah.
As long as they're building the habit of, hey, I want to see that truck with the green flag or the yellow flag or whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, if you whiz by in a Penske or a U-Haul and you had an Atlas moving flag on the back and then a Pirates flag, I'd be like, who is that guy, dude? Like, I want to be friends. Exactly. I would just want to meet that guy because it's super cool and different. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just attention grabbing, like Barry said. It's just different stuff. I don't see anybody doing that around here. I don't know if anybody does it in Virginia or Idaho, but I mean, it's super. I don't know. I like all that unique stuff, unique looks and unique takes and like different stuff. It's memorable. I completely agree with that. Then if you have like
that,
go ahead.
Sorry, I was just saying it's not just us that appreciates that as well. It's the consumer that really appreciates that. When they see something that's new and that's innovative, they're gonna go to that company because they think that they're trying the hardest, they're doing the best, they're putting in the best effort as they can, right?
Yeah, they'll be like, there's something different. I mean, you imagine you get like, let's say any business, any like home service business, like let's say landscapers. Ryan Lawn and Tree is huge in Kansas. There's probably hundreds of trucks. Like there's so many people who work here. It's all over the city, and I mean, if you had it to a point where each truck had a different flag, and like people would be like, "Oh, like I saw that guy yesterday. Like one guy's got a pirate flag, one guy's got like an old Knights flag or something like that." It just adds that personality and charisma without even saying anything to the customer yet. And like what you said, the consumer is like, "Hey, this guy's doing something kind of different. I'm not quite sure if I like it, but it's definitely cool." You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just I just think it's interesting.
For sure.
Yeah.
Barry, what else do you have like that? Unique takes like that? What else do you have? I feel like you're full of all kinds of ideas like this.
My craziness. This is where Harrison would be great if he was here too, because we go pretty crazy on ideas. But my craziness would say that I would also think for Perry, for small Perry, I would think. But your guns are bigger than mine, bro. So.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a mover, man. He's got to be jacked.
I would if I was going to go down I'm the flag guy, just like Adam Froman is the bubble guy. I would think about making a little flag mount on the back brace, so the guys have got a little flag. It wouldn't come. You'd have to watch. Like it would come up somewhere, but it'd just be a little flag. So when they're out carrying outside, this little flag's just a mini version of what you've got in the cars, So when they walk outside, if it's windy, this little Atlas Movers flag goes flapping around,
They'll have to really run in with that box to make sure they get the advertisement going.
Oh, they better be hauling.
It needs a flag. It needs a flag.
It might be too corny if it's a little flag on their cap, but that's also possible.
That'd be so awesome if you showed up like
some guys clean windows in kilts, man, right? So if you can get people to wear kilts to clean windows, you can get guys to wear a hat with a flag,
Yeah, it's kind of like those like windmill things on the top of the hat.
Yeah, Like you know what I mean? Because especially for you, Perry, like you probably because you're a labor-only business, so people have got to get the concept of what you are. So you've really got to draw attention to the humans. I don't know if gender is critical or not. And then the other thing, Harrison Tate's here. Get a mini flag and put it on your cap. Harrison, I think in the same way. Yeah. And the other thing I was going to mention to you is that I'm a big believer for the service industry. So the best place to recruit is at the gym. The gym, because we talked earlier before we came on board, is that it's hard to find young people that want to work. What does that mean? The definition of work is force through distance. That's a scientific. If you Google what's the definition of work, force through distance, right? So when people don't want to work, they don't want to use force. They don't want to do distance, right? Now, okay, let me see if I can find a human being that wants to do force and wants to do distance. Oh, somebody goes to the gym, right? And and you can talk about this, and the person you want to approach, I think, is the gym owner. You say to him, dude, who have you got who's training probably for bodybuilding, because the bodybuilding has, I need to eat 6 times a day. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do that. Nobody's going to give me a job. I need to do all this. You say, dude, I will design a job so these guys can do what they need to do. And when they need to go on show, coconut oil themselves up and, do the flex, they can have the day off. No problem. No problem.
Yeah,
right?
I've been through the entire roller coaster of advertising at the gym. I wear my shirts and my sweatshirts and my beanies at the gym every day I go. And there's kind of a spectrum that I'm looking for, because none of my clients are there because they are willing to do it themselves, right? And all potential employees are there. But what I found is, even if you're the biggest dude in the gym, you're not going to be the fastest and you're not going to be the most efficient. So it's really looking for like that middle guy that is big enough to do the job, but is still hitting his cardio, right? And is still going to be efficient. So I'll usually go up to some guys that I know in the gym, or if I see someone talking to a buddy of mine, I'll go up to that person, not only because they're in the gym, but if they're talking to someone I know, they're probably going to have around the same values as I am, right? And so I try not to just go up to any random person.
Definitely not.
Figuring out those issues.
Your guy is the gym owner, not the gym people. The guy who owns the gym knows what's happening in the gym. He's your guy. You say, dude, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm prepared to offer. This is the flexibility I can give, and this is the pay that we do, and this is what I expect. And I need somebody who's disciplined, focused, and and is doing work, right?
Right. No,
force through distance. Force through distance. Use the scientific definition of force in your pitch. Work through distance. That's the definition, and that's what everybody at the gym is doing. And then you want discipline, which they have if they're going towards a bodybuilding thing,
Yes, sir.
And your guy, if you chase a girl, the girl runs away, right? If somebody else says, "Hey, did you notice that he looked at you?" She's going to go, "Really?" Ooh. If you want to do it in the gym, you go, "Hey, big boy," if you want a job, this is not going to work. But the gym owner, he can go up to them and go, "Jack,
for sure,
for sure." I noticed you haven't paid your bill for your protein and your testosterone shots. I think you better get a job.
Right.
So I found you one. You're going to go and work with him, and you're going to pay me.
No, it's a good point, actually, that you say the business owner, because one of the biggest challenges that I think I faced in the moving industry and starting my own company at the age that I am, and Ben is, right, is that the clients, we have to build their trust, right? And this is for even the people we're trying to bring on as well. They don't want to necessarily join a startup. They want to join a well-developed moving company, right? And being the face of the company and being the age that I am, sometimes that is a little bit more difficult to do. And, we get around those issues, but having the owner of the gym go up to the person and say, "Hey, I want to refer you to this moving company because you would be a good fit," is a completely different thing from me finishing up my set and walking to the guy next to me, just because of that perspective.
Harry, how old are you?
Yes.
I'm 22.
Don't ask me. Okay. I am going to also add, because you use the word trust, right? And I'm going to add part of my pitch when I was selling VIP home services, right? We sold, for the most obvious one is the home cleaner, right? Or you'd call them a maid. And somebody would come in and they'd be leaving middle management. They've got a 20 grand or whatever. And they, all their friends would say to them, "Why don't you just start your own home cleaning business? Why would you pay $20,000 to clean other people's homes?" Like, are you kidding me? Right. And I would just say to them, look, when like I go up even like I go up, okay, I'm mature, I've got a collar, and I go up to somebody's house and go knock knock and say, hi, I'd like to clean your home, and they go like, who the hell are you? Right? Right? Like, what makes you think I'm going to let you in my home? It's not going to happen. So well, not as easily. There's a lot of you think about the momentum that you don't have. The inertia against letting you in their home, right? The doubt, the fear, the stories, the news, all that's going to build up and go whatever. How do I know this? The biggest thing about home services in home is, and same would happen for you, is, are they casing me? Are they casing my joint? Right? That's the biggest threat to all home service providers, especially if you don't have brand, right? So what I would say to these guys is say, hey, like, imagine this: you put on a VIP home services hat, you wear a VIP home services shirt, and you go to the door and say, hi, I'm Perry from VIP Home Services, right? And I would like to, see if I can clean your home, right? And then they go, oh, VIP Home Services, I know you. Yeah. Would it be? I'm never home. Would it be all right if I left my keys in the letterbox when you come? And that's true story. That's what actually happens. People never met them before, and they're leaving their keys to their home in the letterbox, right? So and VIP Home Services was back then 32. Now it'd be close to 50-year-old brand. 45, something like that. So everybody knows VIP Home Services in Australia. So the principles, what we want to do when we're using, van wraps, uniforms, all these sort of things, the principle of what we're trying to do is get that effect. They've seen us everywhere, so they can trust us because everybody else is trusting us. Social proof, isn't it, Ben? You and I talk about that a lot.
Definitely.
I'm going to take a break.
Yeah, I think kind of bringing it back to the uniforms that you're talking about and building that trust. I'm kind of upset with myself that I couldn't come to the last podcast when we were talking about reviews because of that, right? I said that was the face of my company, but in reality, it's a face type of deal because my clients speak for me, myself, right? Me and my company. When I post up on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, I make sure to put some type of review in there and curate the post towards the clients and what they're saying. And if they're saying we'll hire again, make a post that's saying that in it, right? And building that trust through the client's words, not your own, is huge for that.
Amazing.
I agree.
100%. That is social proof. By the way, did you notice that Ben puts people's real name? Like, you're not just John L, Simon F, Mary J. You know what I mean? Like the real
We're
name.
not afraid.
No, and if the customer agrees to that, that's really incredible because the upside of that is that in those communities, if you're not in a big city, people know people.
Yeah, for sure. That's actually a good point too, because I have this company, or with Atlas, we have a couple different students at Virginia Tech doing a project on us, right? And I went to go watch this project, have them present and everything. And one of the kids brought up a great point, and he found in his research that 91% of millennials actually view a written review with a name on it as more beneficial than a referral from a family or friend. So
wow,
just being able to have that review and being able to put that name on the review is going to be night and day compared to just putting the date or just putting the review with the 5-star on top of it or something like that.
Yeah,
priceless.
because we mask the family name. We put the first letter and all the way through reach. Not that anybody needs that. We just thought that was polite, But actually,
Right.
now when I saw Ben's, I go, oh my god, like I'm an idiot,
No, definitely, because before you figure it out, it's not something that is as kind of noticeable or obvious. But
The video testimonies, we only use the last letter of their last name,
right?
Because it's video and
and it's on their property. I always think the principle is you don't want to be setting up somebody to be following you so that they can see which properties are really expensive. So I like that one you did, Ben. Whereas in the countryside, and it's just a side corner of the house. It's not like showing, oh my god, like that's a a mega home. You just put a corner of the house so it doesn't. Yeah,
it's an epic home.
So Perry, where do you find? How do you find people? Which city are you in again?
I'm in Northern Virginia, so I'm closest to DC.
Oh wow! Okay, so you're in city.
Yes, somewhat. The majority of our jobs are going to be in Central Maryland and Northern Virginia, but a good portion does come from DC as well.
Money,
Yes,
money, the money.
Yeah, beautiful spot.
Okay, so do you go to the registration? Like when somebody sells a house, that means somebody bought a house.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody bought a house, they need to move. When somebody sells a house, they need to move. Do you track the buying and selling of homes and the building of? Do you go when somebody? I don't imagine in your area there's many new estates. I think it's probably fully built up. But if there was new estates being built, do you talk to the building corporation,
right.
say whatever?
So in Northern Virginia, we're expanding our real estate like crazy. There's always new apartment complexes going up, and when I go there, I'm handing them my business cards, my pamphlets, as much as I can to the receptionist at least. Talking straight to the business owner, have not done that just yet. But in terms of finding the new homes that are being listed and have sold, being able to go on to a platform that's called MLS. If you know anyone that's in the real estate industry, they have this software, and it tracks everyone that is listing their property, and it has their number and their address, right? So if you know that a new MLS listing has come through, you can contact that number, and that's usually where all my cold calls are coming through.
And do you use SMS marketing?
SMS, I'm not familiar with that. No.
SMS. How do you say that? I can't talk properly.
Texting? Are you talking about texting?
Texting.
Oh,
yeah. Sorry. Short message service. It's old
Are
name
you
talk.
talking about the platform that I use?
Yeah, but do they give you a phone number and you can like text somebody who's potentially a customer,
Right.
or
That's
potentially
exactly
a
what happened.
referrer? Yeah.
Right. That's exactly what happened. So basically, I'll get an address and a picture of the home and a phone number, and right there, I contact that phone number, and sometimes they might be just putting the house on the market just to see the evaluation on it. So that's really a dead call. But most of the time, it's not that. Most of the time, it's someone that's moving in or moving out, and yeah, it's very helpful.
Okay, so then, I'm trying to think, where else you can brand, to get the word out, because it's quite, it's a unique thing you do, right? How about the U-Haul guys? Do the U-Haul guys, would they promote you? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So U-Haul does promote it a lot, and that's kind of what helped us get our start. We have a contract with U-Haul, so whenever someone rents a U-Haul, they get brought to another site called Moving Helper, and Moving Helper has a bunch of pages of providers. Some are LLCs, some are just a local neighborhood mover, and and so we get put on there, and that kind of forum is ranking everybody by the quality of reviews and the frequency of the reviews. So by doing a good job, it really helps us out get to the top of that.
Do you use your own personal character or the character of the people that work with you? Do you use that character as part of your promotion? Like Ben does, Epic Ben.
Character.
Epic Ben. Like you look at Epic Ben. He's like.
No,
yes,
generally
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like Epic Ben. Yeah, you can do 2 thumbs up and you'll get your little Woo-hoo. Come
There
on,
we
Perry.
go.
You got to do it.
Make it.
That's
Do it,
everybody?
Perry. Yeah. Go
That's
close
I
to the
think it's a
camera.
Mac thing.
No, it'll work. It'll work. It'll work. I don't know how.
I don't think so.
So, because I think the other thing, because, like, let's say that I've been through that stage where I've used removalists. I think that there's something, you're not aesthetically displeasing at all, so you could use your image like Ben does, and make it look like you're incredibly happy, incredibly friendly. There are certain faces that shouldn't do it. There's no doubt about that, right?
Right.
But if you can get, like, because I just love what Ben does. He just cracks out these, and he's already given me the responsibility. I've got to go and get Ollie to
Barry.
crack out 100 Perry faces so he can add me.
I'm gonna message Ollie and say, "Hey, come on, take some photos of Dad."
Yeah. But I would encourage you that way too, because Atlas movers, if it's just logos, and the same, Noah, because your family are blessed, with good looks, I think, and you can, what Jason said, you can create emotion with your face, and I think that, and you can create trust, and you can say fun, and you can say easy, I think those are all messages that you want to get out there, so that people go, if they go to that, list of all the people that can help them, the first thing you're going to look for is a happy face, who's smiling, they're not going to choose you based on the logo,
Definitely.
I got the answer for Peter.
Yeah, because Australia, there you go. Australia is way more occupational health and safety,
really more OSHA
advanced. Yeah, more OSHA than America. Even though you can feel it, the pressure on America. Boy,
the only
Australia
got this, Peter.
I'm gonna. This isn't even related, but I'm gonna get up my other uniform I wear when I haven't made shirts for the year, because we do everything in house because we have a screen printer and stuff, and so we'll order the decals and print them at home. But if I don't have anything, I have these. You see
look
them?
at that.
Yeah.
Old Dickies coveralls. Old Dickies coveralls. So I'll always have them, but it's got a. There you go, right there.
Wow.
Oh, that's too cool.
Noah J.
It's like a mix between like an old diner and a mechanic's logo.
Yeah, I know. We're all trying to find our niche as business owners, right?
Right.
You try to wear that in our heat. Oh, I don't, man. I don't know. I think we're all trying to find our niche and find our brand, because at one point, what becomes workwear becomes a brand. It becomes recognizable due to what you're wearing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And we're all trying to break to that point one day. And so you watch other people, like Austin, Texas has a certain vibe. You know what I mean? The companies there execute on that quote unquote vibe.
Yep. And you've got that retro opportunity. So I love it. I like what Smallberry said is that if you when you're doing your marketing research, look at all the people that are going retro, probably get your logo made in neon, when you're going live and stuff like that, and neon sign behind you, so that it's because neon, you can that retro font is a neon able font. You're able to make it with neon, because everything joins. Yeah.
What about names of your text on workwear? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
I'm for it. People love nothing more than to be called by their own name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and polite people, especially down south, right? They would want to call you by your name. They don't want to call you "Hey dude" or "Hey guy" or whatever.
Hey, epic.
Window gag. It's pretty bland after however many years.
Yeah, because down where Peter is, it gets up to 45, close to 50 degrees Celsius, which would probably be 110, 120 in Fahrenheit. So.
Wear ID badges. That's another big one. We do that too.
I think I have one.
Yeah, ID badge just makes sense if you've got 4 seasons because you can move it from uniform to
We got
uniform.
our 4 seasons.
Oh, look at that! You've got 4 seasons on
I
your
once
jacket.
worked at Regal Theaters, and they had these ID badges that were magnet. I think that would be a really good idea, especially for me because I don't have the name on my T-shirt yet, right? So if I can just magnet the name on that, that could be huge.
That's a good idea as well.
Yeah. The only thing you've got to watch with magnets is that magnets are based on steel, and so when you go to wash magnets, they will potentially rust. So you've got to enclose them in probably in welded PVC. Yeah, we're working on a product which has got the rare earth magnets in it, and but it's washable. It's a microfiber product, so it's got to be washable. So we've got to basically seal the magnet in plastic to make sure it doesn't rust. Just as a
interesting. So you have to embed the magnet into the actual material.
Yeah, we're going to make a sleeve for it. Yeah, and then it just stays there. It's basically it's for cleaning, and then it's got one corner's got the magnet on it, and then you can just hang your microfibers wherever you want.
Right, that would be smart.
They stick to anything on the side of your van, side door of your van, or a steel strip in your house and stuff like that.
So I'll mention something about Jason about the Asta Seal. We were actually
That's a great idea. Yeah, go. I just saw that.
Asta Seal is actually a third party that you can actually get background checks done through. So they will actually do a background check on every single one of your employees. And so when they scan the QR code, it goes to their background check, their short bio about the employee, but it's giving them that what they quote at the seal is the seal of confidence. So we use them too.
That's good also for you, Perry.
And yes, it's only
that is super good. Because that's that worry is, are they casing my joint? Are they looking at what I've got? That's seriously, once people have got some assets that are worth something, that's what they're worried about,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
And Jason
really
also
cool.
brought up a good point about QR codes. I didn't really get them to read the whole message there, but being able to customers can scan QR and see employees' background. Yeah, I think kind of connecting that with the uniform topic. What do you guys think about having QR codes on the back of your uniform?
We do it.
You do it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an example of that?
Would you say on the back of? I'm so sorry. Did you say on the back of uniforms or on the?
Yeah,
we have it on our van. We don't have it on our uniforms yet. We were talking about it. Sorry, I spaced out.
Van's smart. No, you're good.
If you use the fin print, what do you call that type of printing, Ben?
Dye sublimation.
That one. If you use that one, then you could actually, put the QR code in as part of, like, artistically, so it's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want to make it
so like just a QR code, like scan me.
Scan me.
How likely do you think? I mean, I'm interested in this too, but how likely do you think if you're at a location and you're working, someone to come up to you and to scan that versus asking for a card though? I do wonder about that. It's not a bad idea. I'm not hating on I think it's a good idea, but I think about stuff like that too.
Yeah, when it's too much,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it probably wouldn't have the best traction. I think the majority of the time where you would see the traction from that is if you're just wearing it out and about and you stumble across something. But yeah, depending on the industry, it might not work out too well.
Oh, Jason's got a good point here.
I had a guy text me a picture of myself last week.
I've gotten
a Price Shopper, and was like, "Hey, can you give me a bid at my house?" But he didn't say a word to me. He just sent me a picture of myself, and to be honest, it was like around 6 o'clock, and I was a little taken back. But I mean, I have had that
Weird.
happen as well, like Jason said, saying that.
Yeah.
Flipping that around, do you guys ever try to take a selfie with your client and send a review text with them? That gets huge traction for me, at least.
Yeah. How many guys per vehicle do you use, Perry?
Typically it's 2, but it's anywhere from 2 to 5 men per crew.
So on each crew, the person,
That's a great idea.
because you being the driver, you're the business owner. Do you then make your? I imagine your driver has a supervisory, role, and his passenger is, a one role below him. But then that then becomes the supervisor's function, is to get that selfie or whatever. Yeah.
Right. So
Jason.
that's wonderful. Oh, jeez. So we have 2 different types of independent contractors. We have the crew leader and we have the crew member. The crew leader is really supposed to take care of the load. The specialty of the mover is the loading aspect of it, making sure that you're playing Tetris, if you will, in the correct way. So that's the most important part. And they're also typically the guys that are more trained in customer service as well. So the crew leader will be the one that's taking that selfie and doing all the intricate parts, like taking payment and stuff like that. And then the crew member is really there to be a hauler and to get the stuff to the truck itself.
So when these guys that are haulers go out drinking and go to the pub and chick walks up and say, "So what do you do?" He says, "I'm a hauler and a baller." What does he do? What do they? Would people know that you're a hauler? Would people know what you are?
No,
okay, that's an internal.
You would just
okay.
Right. You would just because you might have 2 crew leaders on a job, and one of them's classified as a crew member, just cause, right?
Right.
So there's no definitive. You have to be crew member. There is a definitive. You have to be crew member, but there's no definitive. You have to be a crew leader. So I guess when they're out in the bars, they're not flaunting that too much.
Yeah, I'm a relocation expert, something like that.
Indeed, relocation specialist. I like to say
specialist. Yes. And that's why I've got such big muscles.
Right.
You want to see them? Sorry.
Yeah.
Going back to the old days.
I need to get some tabs like yours so I can actually start to flex them.
Well, Perry.
Right, well, that's good.
Old Perry.
Perry. Oh, that's a hot sauce. Yeah. Please. Well done.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for the podcast. This was a great opportunity, and I had a great time.
We'll have you on again.
Oh, please do. This was awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And thank you, Noah.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you guys.
Great.
Little Perry, will you sing us out?
Do you know this song, Perry? Old Perry or Young Perry?
Will you please sing us out, Perry? It's a tradition. We do it every one.
Is this actually?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is a real thing. Please sing us out.
Classic. Peter Thomas has already asked for his song for tomorrow.
Has he really? Oh yeah, I did see that. He wants a song. Yeah, we're taking song requests at this point.
I definitely was singing something.
Yeah, I can't believe he hasn't got I Did It My Way,
Yes. Well, everyone, thank you for joining tonight's podcast at 7:00 p.m. Mountain Standard Time every night. You can watch this recorded, The Purpose of Work Uniforms, on our website, service6sigma.com. So you guys can email us anytime if you guys have a great topic. You can message myself or Perry. We'll make it happen. So,
and they want to be a guest, be a guest or suggest a guest.
Yes, absolutely. And absolutely. If you want to be a guest for a topic, so
makes it a whole lot easier for us if there's a guest.
Yep. Okay, I think that's it,
All
folks.
Right.
Good deal.
Kill it.
Anything?
It's still live.
We are still live, folks. Let me get my game going here. All right. See you later, everybody.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
I'm gonna be the man who's equivalent to you.